The fate of Vida Sheffield looking very, very bleak last year. That was in November. The CEO, Karen Hague, is with us now with an update. Karen, you are still here, thank goodness. Tell us what happened.
Hello, Ellie. Thank you so much for having us back. This is the third time speaking to you. The first time we announced a crisis situation was in November 2023, and fortunately the National Lottery were working closely with us, enabled us to continue our service. So we're grateful again to those grant-making bodies. We have Henry Smith who's supporting us, the Browns Trust, Lloyds Bank Foundation, and also an organisation put together as a Mental Health Alliance in Sheffield called Synergy, and that puts through funding from the Integrated Care Board. So all of those pots of money will enable us to continue our service. It's about £175,000. Not all of that will be applied to this year. It will see us forward, but of course our year end is March 2026, and we've still got worries about how we'll continue to deliver our service. But for now, we're celebrating, and we're celebrating the fact that it's our 30th year anniversary too.
You need a cake then, obviously, don't you? In all seriousness though, what does it mean for your clients and for you as well?
Oh gosh, well, it's such a relief. I thought, the next time I'd be speaking to you would be to say, right, we are going to have an anniversary event, because it would be kind of our swan song. We'd be saying goodbye to everyone that had helped us and everyone that had benefited from our service. So that was a worry, that June is our anniversary event, the 20th of June. And we thought that that would be, the final throes of Vida, but now that we can continue, we will be delivering the service much the same as we had at our peak. So we were delivering about 216 sessions of therapy every month, and we also have a pathway that includes group work, so we can manage to improve the lives of about 250 women a year. And that, as you heard from the clinical manager, will relieve that pressure on other services, particularly the NHS. It's sad to note we've signed up to and supported a petition by the Women's Trust to call for more central funding from the government. And in their report, Living Without Hope, it's noted that for every £1 investment, there's actually £11 return just by investing in mental health services. So it's a bit of a no-brainer. We'd like to see more of that happen in future.
For those that don't already know of the incredible work you do, how do you support these women that come to you?
We are now a BACP accredited service that came through last year for us. So that means we have proper clinical processes in place. We manage quality through that, and we're regularly inspected. And it fits with the National Institute of Clinical Excellence's guidelines. So that's one-to-one therapy support for about 14 weeks for an individual woman coming through. But we also have a pathway of group work so that they're involved in understanding trauma and can ask questions about that and just come to terms with the fact that they're understanding what trauma can do to their body, what symptoms are associated with that, and in particular there's one around pain management, because pain, fibromyalgia, those kind of pain problems can arise out of trauma. And then we have moving on groups that sort of reinforce the understanding around how someone can help themselves beyond the counselling that they've received. We know that there's about 78% of women that come to us with suicidal thoughts, and we're pleased to say that that's never been an occurrence in our service. So women that leave our service tell us that they're no longer having those suicidal thoughts. So we also save lives through our programme.
It's incredible what you do. There will be women listening now that are actively experiencing domestic abuse, domestic violence, and they need help. Do people have to get referred through a special service to come to you, or can they self-refer?
Yeah, there are a number of services, and I'm pleased to say that Vida was involved with establishing those years ago. So the IDVAS service is the Independent Domestic Violence Advisory Service, and there's a general number online to look for IDVAS for Sheffield, and that would give them immediate help. They will also give advice for anyone recovering from trauma. So our service is for those that have put the abuse in their past, are living safely, and are just ready to process all of that trauma by having the counselling, and they can self-refer to our service. You can go through the GP. We have close contacts with the GP, so that when we discharge a woman from our service, we also let the GP know what that woman has achieved, in case there's an issue with them needing to come back to us, and referrals can then be made. But always, anyone can self-refer. Our waiting list is open now that we have the funding. We generally close it and only open twice a year because of the demand. So I would encourage anybody to sign up if they think that they could benefit from counselling to process trauma through domestic abuse.
Well, I'm sure everybody is as glad as me that you have been saved in the 11th hour, Karen, which is fantastic. And are you feeling hopeful for the future then? You're secure for now, but not forever?
Absolutely. I mean, we've been astounded by how much support. We had the 27,000 signature petition that we presented to the council last year. Sadly, that didn't result in funding through Sheffield City Council, but we could see, just how important our service was to those that, really could benefit, or not, those that know people that ought to be benefiting. So we are hopeful of continuing, but we do really need the core funding, core multi-year funding of around £100,000 a year into our service, so that we can continue to sustain what we're doing. So that's our hope for the future. And we'll continue to love you.
Yes, well, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning, the wonderful Karen Hague there from Vida Sheffield. If you have been affected by anything you've heard this morning, please reach out. You can access information and help via us directly, the BBC. Just go to bbc.co.uk/action line. There'll be loads of links and bits of information on there to access the help if you need it.
On BBC iPlayer.